This is it. I'm going to the airport. I don't know if it actually works when people use their AirPods as sound, but my plane is boarding right now and I should be going in soon. There was like no one when I got here, and now there's so many people. But yeah, should board soon. We're about to board right now. So first flight to Canada. Let's go. The window seat, but you can't even see anything, so I'm gonna try to sleep on this flight. I'm so tired, but yeah, I look dead. See you in Toronto. Okay, I officially made it to Canada. It was a very short flight, just 3 hours, and I slept through basically all of it. I woke up like twice, but yeah, it was a chill flight. Now I have a 15-hour flight to Seoul, and I have so the boarding starts at 12:15. It's like 11:15 or 11:25. I mean 11:20 right now. So I should be boarding really soon. I'm gonna try to eat something because I'm really hungry. And yeah, that's it. And then I should be boarding in no time. Let's go. I've arrived in Korea. I can't even believe it. I'm going to get my bags right now, but I just passed the immigration part, and they didn't even ask for my visa or anything. Like, they just asked for my passport, and you have to fill out this like paper, and that's it. And I'm in, so I'm going to get my bag, and then I'm gonna have to do a bunch of things here in the airport. So let's see. It's official. I'm finally at the dorms. I am so sorry I didn't get to film everything from the airport to here, but it was so chaotic. I did not have time, nor did I want to film anything because everything was going wrong and I had to lock in, or else I would have started like freaking out. So I didn't film. But basically, when I got to the airport, the first thing I did was go and to put an eSIM on my phone so I could have internet, but it didn't work because it ended up being that my phone is locked for some reason, so it doesn't take eSIMs, and I had to contact my operator, but it was like 4 in the morning in the States, so they weren't answering. I didn't have internet, and my phone was dying, and they didn't have, like, my charger wasn't working for some reason, and my phone was about to die, and I didn't have internet. My phone was about to die, and I had to catch a bus, and it was getting later and later, and it was so chaotic. I got the bus. It was like an hour and 15 to the stop where I had to stop, and then the bus driver was like, okay, this is it, and then dropped like a couple of us off, because not everyone was getting off at the same station, and literally like everyone scattered, like everyone, like I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask someone for help. Who, because literally there was no one, and I was like, oh my god, and it was super cold, and it was night, and I was like, oh my god, starting getting scared because there was really no one around. And like I asked like 2 people, do you speak English? And they were like, no, which obviously like they don't have to speak English, like I'm in Korea, I should speak Korean, but I was like, fuck, like, no, oh my god, like, what's going on? What am I gonna do now? But then I saw that we got off right in front of a G 25, I think that's what it's called, which is like one of their convenience stores that's popular. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go in and just like ask the person that's working there if they know English. And I went. The guy didn't, but the girl that was checking out did, bless her soul. And I explained the situation to her, and she was like, oh, I'll call you a taxi. I was like, I love you, like, thank you so much. And she not only called the taxi, she waited for the taxi to come here so she could like get there, so she could explain it to him. Like, oh my god, an angel. And she was even like, do you know anyone, like, when you get there? And I was like, no. And she was like, and you're gonna be okay? And I was like, yeah, I think so. And she was like, oh, if anything, like, they sell like power banks at convenience stores, so you can just buy one. And I was like, thank you, love, thanks so much. But no, so bless her soul. And then I came here, I got to the dorm, and then, well, the taxi driver dropped me off, but he couldn't go where the dorm actually was. So he dropped me like all the way up the mountain. And of course, my dorm is the last dorm, like at the bottom of the hill. And I had to go down a hill with like my big ass suitcase and like a tiny one in my big bag, and I was like, oh my god. And then I was like walking, and I wasn't sure where I was going, and I asked this kid, well, not kid, like this boy, and I was like, hey, is this Frontier House? And he was like, he wasn't really sure. And I was like, oh, like the dormitory, like the international dormitory. And I was like, oh yeah, but do you want the Annam dormitory or the CJ House dormitory? And I remembered seeing Annam somewhere, so I was like, the Annam one. And he was like, oh, it's this one. And I was like, okay, perfect. I started walking, and he actually came back, and he was like, oh, you're gonna need a card to open the door, so let me like go with you. And I was like, oh, thank you. I swear, like, bless the people who helped me. And then he even helped me with the suitcases, and then he opened the door, like he got the door for me, and I was like, thank you so much. And then I was there like checking in, and the girl was like, couldn't find my name, and I was like, oh, perfect, like I'm perfect, what's going on? And she was like, oh, it's actually not this building, you're in the other building, you're in the Frontier House, this isn't Frontier House, this is NM campus. And I was like, she was like, yeah, so it's down the hill some more, and then that's where it is. I was like, fuck, okay. And then I went down the hill, and then actually after going down the hill, I had to climb this huge ass other hill. So I did that, and then I was like, I asked 2 groups of people if it was that one, because I wanted to make sure. And the first was like a group of 3, and they were like, yeah, it's this one, whatever. And then they were super nice. And then this other girl, she was like, yeah, it's this one. And do you want help? Because I had to like climb the mountain with my suitcases. And she was like, I'll help you. And she helped me, like, bless her soul too. Like, I swear, everyone has been so nice that has helped me. And she helped me climb, and she like asked, like, we talked a little bit. She was super nice. And then I was able to get here, and there's no towel, there's no water, there's no toilet paper, there's no soap, there's no nothing. The only thing they gave us was the bedding, like on the bed. Like, you see, it's a mess. My roommate isn't here yet, so hers is like over here. I made mine, but there's, I think, blood stains on my pillowcase. So I definitely want to go out tomorrow and buy all the essentials, but it's late right now. It's like 9, I think. So I'm dressed up because I took a shower. Even though I didn't have a towel, I literally used a shirt. I was like, I'm going to sacrifice a shirt because I need to take a shower. But they have a CU like just down the hill. And so I'm gonna go get water and maybe something to eat because I'm starving. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That was my journey. And I didn't film, but don't worry, I might do a dorm tour if you guys want. I can do that, and just more content is coming. And yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.